Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time we're looking into automated guided vehicles.
AGVs.
Yeah, AGVs.
You know, they're those self-guided vehicles.
Like robots.
Yeah, basically robots on a mission, and they move materials around.
Mostly in factories and warehouses, right?
Exactly, industrial settings.
So we'll be checking out this essay by Jörg-Owe.
Yeah, he goes into the history and evolution of AGVs.
It's pretty wild. They're not some new invention.
No.
This goes all the way back to the 1950s.
Schneeplatt details that in his essay, 1950s.
Crazy. I had no idea.
Think about that.
I mean, Elvis was just getting started.
Rock and roll was taken off.
And over in Illinois,
Northbrook,
Baird Electronics was rolling out the first AGVs.
quietly rolling them out.
Well, I talk about ahead of their time.
Those early models were pretty simple, really.
Like, what were they?
They were essentially wire-guided tow trucks following a fixed path.
Oh, so they couldn't really move around much?
Not much, no, but it was a revolutionary concept for the time.
Like a Model T Ford, but for factories.
Exactly, and as Schneeplatt points out, they laid the groundwork for a whole new era of industrial automation.
And what an evolution it has been. Those simple tow trucks to the sophisticated machines we have today.
It's amazing.
Schneeplatt mentions laser-guided vehicles.
LGVs.
Yeah, LGVs is a major turning point, but before we get there,
Okay.
what about all the different kinds of AGVs out there? There's forklift AGVs that can lift and stack like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Then there are tugger AGVs that can haul massive loads.
To 50,000 pounds.
50,000 pounds.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And assembly line AGVs delivering parts with pinpoint accuracy.
It's like a whole robot workforce.
A silent robot workforce.
It is quite a diverse family, although Schneeplatt doesn't really go into detail about that.
Oh, okay.
But it's important to understand that each AGV is designed for a specific task.
Makes sense.
So you've got your heavy lifters, precision movers, all-purpose transporters.
A robot for every job.
Exactly. It's not one size fits all.
So Schneeplatt talks about how microprocessors and wireless communication were huge.
Huge.
In the development of AGVs. Why were those so important?
Well, before microprocessors, AGVs were essentially dumb.
Like just going in circles.
Basically, they were limited to following a fixed path,
Yeah.
but microprocessors gave them a brain.
Really?
Yeah, allowing them to process information, make decisions, and navigate more complex environments.
So they could start to think for themselves.
In a way, yes. And wireless communication let them receive instructions remotely.
Oh, so they could be controlled from afar.
Yeah, which made them much more flexible and adaptable.
Gotcha. That was a huge step forward.
Definitely a big one.
And then came lasers. Schneeplatt mentions LGVs as that turning point.
Yes.
What was it about lasers that took AGV technology to that next level?
Well, before LGVs, AGVs relied on physical guides.
Like what?
Wires or magnetic tape embedded in the floor.
Interesting.
This limited their flexibility.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, made it hard to change routes. But lasers offered a more precise and adaptable way to navigate.
So LGVs could follow a virtual path.
A virtual path.
Yeah, created by laser beams, and that allowed for greater accuracy, and they could easily modify their routes.
It's like going from following train tracks to using a GPS.
Exactly. That's a great analogy. And Schneeplatt points out that this opened up a whole new world for AGVs.
I bet. So lasers were a game changer, but the evolution didn't stop there, did it?
No, of course not.
We're talking robots here. We've got to be talking AI, right?
Of course, AI is a major driving force now.
Yeah.
Schneeplatt's essay doesn't mention AI specifically.
Yeah, he's focused on the history.
Yeah, but AI is crucial to how AGVs are evolving. Think about it. Today's AGVs have sensors, cameras, sophisticated software.
Wow.
All of that allows them to perceive their surroundings, make decisions in real time, and even avoid obstacles.
So they can see and react to their surroundings.
Yeah, it's like they have a sixth sense.
It's amazing and a little bit spooky.
It is remarkable.
We've given these machines the ability to see, think, and react to their environment, and in ways that were unimaginable a few decades ago.
So from basic tow trucks to robots with a sixth sense.
All thanks to technology.
But even though they are high-tech, they're still machines. So what's going on under the hood? What are the key components that make an AGV tick?
Well, Schneeplatt lays it out pretty well. There are a few key areas to consider.
Right.
First, you have the navigation system, which, as we've discussed, has evolved dramatically.
From wires to lasers.
Exactly. From simple wire guidance to sophisticated laser-based systems. The way AGVs find their way around has become incredibly precise and adaptable.
Gotcha. And then there's the safety system, right?
Yes, absolutely.
These things are operating in environments with people. Safety has to be super important.
It is critical. Schneppet doesn't really go into the specific safety features,
Okay.
but AGVs are equipped with a whole range of sensors, scanners, and braking systems to prevent collisions,
To keep people safe.
to keep everyone safe, humans and the AGVs themselves.
So they have a sense of self-preservation?
In a way, yes.
Okay, so we've got navigation and safety covered. What else?
The third key component is the control system, the brain of the AGV.
The brain.
Yeah. This system manages all the AGV's functions, coordinating speed, steering, load handling, everything.
So it keeps everything running smoothly.
Exactly. It's a complex and sophisticated piece of software,
Wow.
constantly monitoring and adjusting the AGV's performance for smooth and efficient operation.
So like the conductor of an orchestra, making sure all the instruments are in sync?
Precisely. The control system orchestrates all the AGV's actions for a seamless and efficient workflow.
So we've covered the history, evolution of technology from Schneppet, and the key components. But why should we care about AGVs? What are the benefits?
That's a great question, and one that I think Schneppet would agree is important. The benefits are pretty compelling.
Okay, lay them on me.
Let's start with safety, since we just touched on it. AGVs can take on dangerous or repetitive tasks.
Protecting workers.
Yes, reducing the risk of accidents for human workers.
That's a huge benefit.
Definitely. And then there's productivity. Okay. AGVs work tirelessly 24/7 if needed. They don't need breaks, they don't get tired, and they don't complain.
No coffee breaks for robots.
So this boosts output and allows human workers to focus on more complex tasks.
So it's not about replacing humans, but more about helping them.
Exactly. It's about creating a more efficient and productive partnership between humans and robots.
I like that partnership.
And of course, there are cost savings. While there is an initial investment in AGV technology, it can lead to significant long-term savings.
That makes sense. Reducing labor costs and increasing efficiency.
Right. You save on labor, energy, and equipment maintenance.
So it's a win-win.
It is. And then there's the flexibility. Many AGVs can easily adapt to changing layouts and workflows.
Well, that's important for businesses these days.
Very important. It makes them a versatile solution for businesses that need to be agile and responsive.
So AGVs have a lot going for them.
They really do. But as with any technology, there are challenges to consider as well.
Okay, let's talk about those challenges. What are some of the hurdles that come with AGV implementation?
Well, integration is often a big one. Connecting AGVs with existing infrastructure and systems can be complex.
I bet.
It can require careful planning and potentially software upgrades.
So it's not as simple as just plugging them in
No, definitely not. It's about making sure all the systems can talk to each other.
and work together.
Right. And then there's the upfront cost. Purchasing AGVs and setting up the necessary infrastructure like charging stations and pathways.
Yeah, that can add up.
It can require a substantial initial investment.
And then keeping them running.
Yes, technical dependability. While AGVs are designed for reliability, they aren't immune to malfunctions.
Things break down.
They do. Sensors can fail, software can glitch, and those things require maintenance and skilled technicians.
So you need the right people to fix them.
Exactly. It's not just about buying the robots, but having the expertise to keep them running smoothly.
Okay, so integration, cost, maintenance, what else?
Regulatory and safety compliance. Making sure AGVs meet strict safety standards and regulations is crucial.
Especially when they're working with people.
Absolutely. And finally, there's the emerging issue of cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity.
Yeah.
For robots.
Yes, as AGVs become more connected and integrated, they become potential targets for cyber attacks.
So we have to protect them from hackers.
We do. Protecting AGV systems from hackers and malicious software is becoming increasingly important.
So it's not just about physical safety, but digital security as well.
That's right. So as you can see, there are both exciting possibilities and real challenges when it comes to AGV implementation.
It's a complex landscape.
It is, but one that's constantly evolving and full of potential.
A complex landscape, but full of potential for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But even with those challenges, the future of AGVs seems pretty bright.
I think so. It's a market that's really growing.
And it's easy to see why AGVs are so efficient and safe and adaptable. They're a huge asset to so many industries.
And as technology keeps advancing, their capabilities will just continue to grow.
So let's talk about that future. Schneppet's essay focuses on the history of AGVs.
Right.
But he hints at the bigger picture. What trends should we be looking out for? What's next for AGVs?
Well, one of the biggest trends is integrating AGVs with what's called Industry 4.0.
Industry 4.0. That's a buzzword we hear all the time.
It is, but it's basically the convergence of all these digital technologies, like the Internet of Things.
IoT?
Yeah, IoT, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, all of it's aimed at making manufacturing and industrial processes smarter and more interconnected.
Okay, so smarter factories.
Exactly.
But what does that actually mean for AGVs? How do they fit into this bigger picture?
Imagine AGVs in an Industry 4.0 environment. They're not just machines moving stuff around anymore.
They're part of something bigger.
Right. They become part of a network of devices and systems all talking to each other and sharing data in real time.
So they can react to what's happening around them.
Yeah. It allows for a level of coordination and optimization that wasn't possible before.
So instead of just following a set path, AGVs in Industry 4.0 can change course based on what's going on.
Exactly. They can make decisions based on real-time data and even work with other machines to create a really efficient workflow.
That's pretty amazing. But as they become more complex and integrated, how do we know they're still safe around people?
That's a really important question. Safety is always paramount, especially in Industry 4.0, where AGVs are connected to so many things and making decisions on the fly.
Right.
But luckily, safety is a top priority in AGV development. There's constant research and innovation happening.
To make them safer.
Yeah, to develop even more sophisticated safety features, like multi-layered sensor systems, redundant control mechanisms, and advanced algorithms that can predict and prevent potential hazards.
So it's not just about the tech itself.
Yeah.
It's about how we use it.
Exactly. We have to implement and manage it in a way that prioritizes safety. We need to create a safety culture around AGVs.
So clear guidelines, training for people working with AGVs, and constant monitoring of the system.
Exactly. To catch any potential safety risks before they become real problems.
Okay, and what about the market for AGVs? It's growing fast, right? What kind of growth are we talking? What does the future look like for the AGV industry?
The numbers are pretty impressive. The global AGV market is expected to reach tens of billions of dollars in the next few years.
Wow.
It's being driven by the increasing demand for automation and efficiency across industries.
Like manufacturing and logistics?
Yeah, but also healthcare, retail, even hospitality.
It sounds like AGVs are here to stay.
They are,
Yeah.
and we're already seeing them used in new and innovative ways, like delivery robots bringing packages to our homes.
And those hospital transport systems we talked about.
Exactly. It's amazing how far they've come from those wire-guided tow trucks back in the 50s.
It really is. Jörg-Owe asks a good question towards the end of his essay.
What's that?
How might AGVs transform industries beyond manufacturing and logistics in the years to come?
It's a key question. We've talked about Industry 4.0, logistics, healthcare, but what about other areas?
Like what?
Imagine AGVs in agriculture helping automate farming tasks and increase food production.
And reducing the need for so many farm workers.
Right. Or in construction, moving heavy materials and assisting with dangerous jobs, making work sites safer.
Those are good examples. And what about disaster relief?
Oh yeah. AGVs could navigate hazardous environments, transport supplies, or even help with search and rescue operations.
It seems like the possibilities are endless.
They really are. And as AI and robotics keep getting better, we'll see even more creative and innovative uses for AGVs.
Like what?
Imagine AGVs in personalized medicine, delivering medications and supplies in hospitals, or even assisting with surgeries.
Robot surgeons. That's amazing.
It is, and it really highlights the potential of this technology. It's not just about automating tasks, it's about helping humans do more.
Pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Exactly. But as we move forward, it's important to have conversations about the ethical side of AGV technology.
Oh yeah, making sure they're used responsibly.
We need to ensure that these machines benefit society as a whole.
That's a great point. Technology is powerful, and we need to use it wisely. Speaking of which, I think we've given our listener a lot to think about today.
I think so.
This has been a really cool journey into the world of AGVs. This has been an awesome look into the world of AGVs, and I think Jörg-Owe's essay was a great place to start.
I agree. His insights into how AGVs have evolved help us see where this technology might be headed.
And how far it's come already. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about. We talked about AGVs changing industries.
Beyond manufacturing and logistics.
Yeah, but let's go even further. What about our everyday lives? How could AGVs affect how we live and work in the coming years?
It's a good question, and one we're just starting to think about. We mentioned delivery robots and hospital transport.
Right.
But there's so much more. Imagine AGVs helping with elder care.
Oh, wow.
Providing companionship and support for older folks.
Sure.
Or personalized transportation on-demand rides in cities.
That would be cool. And what about the environment? Could AGVs help us be more sustainable
Absolutely. They could really reduce our reliance on fossil fuels.
by automating transportation?
Right. And as they get smarter and more energy efficient, their environmental impact will keep shrinking.
So it's not just about convenience and efficiency. It's about using AGVs to create a better world.
A world that's both advanced and environmentally responsible.
Exactly. And like with any powerful technology, we need to be careful and think ahead about how we develop and use AGVs.
We have to be responsible.
Yeah, and make sure they're used ethically in ways that benefit everyone.
I think that's a great point to end on.
This deep dive into the world of AGVs has been amazing. I hope our listeners are as excited about this technology as I am.
I am too. It's been a fascinating look at AGVs, and I hope it encourages our listeners to learn more about them.
Yeah, check out Jörg-Owe essay and other resources out there. And keep asking questions. The more we know about AGVs,
The better prepared we'll be for the future.
That's right. So thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep imagining the possibilities. Until next time.